Hello, everybody. My name is Ninos, and I want to begin my speech with a story. During my elementary school years, they would gather all the elementary school kids and read a book called The Seven Habits and Happy Kids. And each cartoon story would describe a situation where a habit was needed, and how the situation benefited from using the habit. The list of habits are the following. Habit one, proactive, means you're in charge. Habit two, begin with the end in mind. Have a plan. Habit 3, put first thing first. Work first, then play. Habit 4, think win-win. So you think about a situation where everybody can win. Habit 5, speak first to understand, then to be understood. It means you have to listen before you talk. It cannot just be from what you hear. You have to truly listen to somebody to really understand what they're saying. Habit 6, sanitize, and habit 7, sharpen saw. As I said and listen to each story and follow along with my activity book, I wonder why the heck I'm learning about these. I'm never going to learn these habits in my life. And even though I thought it was stupid, I followed along and ended up creating a habit tree. With the habit tree, habit 1 was the base, like practice, you're in charge. And as the tree grew, so did the habits. So by basing you're in charge, we can able to build up to each habit to sharpening your saw, means sharpening your mind. So over time, when I was in the fifth grade, they awarded each person, each boy and girl with a habit. So they choose a boy and a girl from they choose a boy and a girl to represent a habit. So someone could be proactive, and someone could think someone who thinks win-win, a situation where everybody win in a situation. So of course, for seek first to understand, then to be understood, listen before you talk, they chose the two kids in speech classes, and I was in speech class. From my childhood years, elementary school years, to my high school years, I was always in speech class. I always sit down in the classroom and look at a sheet of paper and read each word with a pronunciation. Um, I I didn't really like the class, but I am really appreciative of the listeners taught me. So when they gave the award to me, I was like, why? Like, I just felt like they just handed it out because they just felt like I was the one that needed to be understood the most. So they just give it to the award to me. And I know the teachers felt like they was trying to make me happy or was trying to accomplish speech. Something, to show kids that everybody should be included. That no matter what you are, how you talk, or who you are, everybody, everybody is a key person in life. So when I got an award, I looked at it and I thought, what the heck? Why would they do this to me? And even though I was just happy to be nominated or happy to be, accepted into the, award, I was just like, thank you. Like, okay, thank you for this. Over time, seek first to understand and then to be understood have always been my motto. Because as a child who suffered from, speech abilities, you always have to accommodate to everybody else's needs. You have to you have to accommodate to everybody else's need. You have to speak slowly so people can understand you. You have to stop and look at someone to see if they truly understand you, and you have to pronunciate each word so they can understand you. All my life, I always had to accommodate to everybody else's needs. And sometimes that got frustrated. But I realized that I have to use my own model, see folks to understand. That I understood where people came from, and I had to do the talking. I had to, be the one that seeks first to understand. From that time, I realized from that situation, I realized that there's other aspects in my life that I could seek first to understand. There's over 4,000 kids or people on this people in America are deaf. We popularize French and Spanish languages, but don't promote sign language in classrooms. Even though um, we promote French language as a domestic language in our nation, but seem to forget about American Sign Language. As of 2015, 36 million people worldwide are reported to have serious disability and hearing loss. That's almost about 5% of our world population. In the United States, America's sign language is the sixth most used language. Though French and Spanish appear to be more commonly spoken throughout the world, it's still shocking that so many people out there who rely on who rely on this method of French and Spanish as this nation promote French and Spanish as a domestic language as a nation seems to forget about American Sign Language. As of 2015, 360 million people worldwide are reported to have serious disability hearing loss. That's about 5% of our world population. In the United States and America, American Sign Language is the sixth most used language. In our nation, we believe it's crucial for our people to be able to communicate in language other than English in order to progress as society. Why not include American Sign Language as the list of language to learn? It's clearly being used widely enough that everyone's bound to encounter someone who is deaf in their lifetime. The reason why eliminate the inherent distance between those who are deaf and those who are hearing. Teaching American Sign Language to children while they're young is the best option for our nation. It's common knowledge that the younger a person is, easier for them to pick up language, other than English. If the concept of being able to have basic communication between groups of people does not convince you, then we need to teach American Sign Language in the classroom because of the intellectual and social benefits students will get from learning American Sign Language as a personal level. Learning sign language aids young hearing kids, including babies and toddlers, who develop oral language quicker. With American Sign Language, studies have shown that children are able to associate signs with the spoken English equivalent, helping them to be able to always speaking faster and more efficient. Other research indicates that children who learn sign language at young age have a higher IQ and then peers who don't know sign language. And children who know sign language are more likely to have closer, more affectionate relationship with their parents and peers. Recently, it seems more and more students in schools are understanding the benefits of teaching sign language in schools to the students. These benefits do not just help hearing people communicate with deaf community, but also just help children. In conclusion, America's sign language should be promoted more in elementary schools, and it should be a common language worldwide because it links two words combined. It involves everybody, and it just helps promote and it grows people by. Okay. In conclusion, American Sign Language should be promoted more in schools and should be a common language among the American people because it unites two different people and give them common ground. It helps grow people intelligently, and just help with common social skills and cognitive thinking. If we promote more in schools, children can benefit more and have higher IQs and all around be better students. It can also help with SAT scores and just testings and life in general. Thank you.